Mrs. Van Enter can not only see more at GDS she can see into the future. Why is that?
Because my job is a trend watcher, so what I do is not only look at what is out there, but also translate that into future trends and explain to people how to create designs based on what you can see now.
You have your own trend agency, which is called Y Trends. How do you work? How do you figure out new trends?
Well, one of the reasons why it's called Y Trends is that we feel it's important, first of all, to explain, of course, why a certain trend exists. So we have a much broader vision than just footwear. Actually, we don't start with footwear at all. We look at just things that happen in society, news, politics. We see art shows a lot of the times because that's where you really see quite far ahead, because artists have a really good way of feeling like zeitgeist really early on, and then we translate that into footwear. But we start really broad, just looking at art, industrial design, all kinds of other projects, and then linking all these different trends into one and explaining, of course, why something is happening and how it will affect footwear.
We have many shoes at the GDS and exhibitors are presenting their fall and winter season 08-09. What will actually turn out as trends?
It depends actually on what section you are looking at. One general trend that's important for my business, because we specialize in young fashion footwear, that one of the new things, especially for both suppliers and retailers, is that young fashion footwear in general will become more conservative. And that's something that people really will have to get used to, because they think that young fashion footwear will automatically be more fashion forward and more extreme than the things that they'll be making for an older audience. Yet now you'll see the younger audience going in the opposite direction. Because if your parents are already wearing the same modern styles that you do, and your father has the same Nikes that you have and wears the same colors that you do and listens to the same music, what do you do to kind of distinguish yourself from your folks? It's either being more extreme than they are, which is getting harder, or it's going in the opposite direction. It's being more conservative. And that's what you see happening now.
So which trends will we expect soon? What are the shapes? What are the colors that will actually make it way through?
Okay, well, one color that's really important, and it's also linked to that neo-conservative trend, is gray. All types of gray. So gray is basically, besides black, one of the new base colors for all types of footwear. Then what you'll find is all these new kind of dress type shoes for girls. So lots of loafers and pumps are translated for a younger audience, apart from all the casual boots that we've already seen. And the same thing goes for sneakers, where you see classic sneaker styles fused with conservative footwear. So you see them in nice leathers, done with footwear constructions, or crossovers between a shoe, a casual shoe, a dress shoe, and a sneaker.
You have your own exhibition stand at the GDS and GLS. What do you offer?
We offer our trend books here. We publish 3 trend books per season. 2 of them are trade show reports that we collect at all kinds of trade shows. We visit all the shows, from footwear shows to clothing shows to the Milan Furniture Show, and combine all that information for footwear designers in extensive trade show reports, one for sneakers and one for shoes. And then we have a completely new book coming out, that's our own footwear forecast, where we actually show in our own designs for both shoes and graphics and materials for footwear how people can translate all the new trends from other segments besides footwear into shoes. And that particular book, the forecast book, also comes with a new design game that we've been playing also in our booth these 2 days. And it helps designers think in new ways, create shoes based on traditional styles, but by combining them in new ways, they get to new ideas. And that's what we've been doing here at GDS so far.
Just one last question. Could you give us an example of how you work for special brands?
Yes, well, a lot of brands, I work very practically, so a lot of brands hire me as an advisor. So I could come in and do a kickoff presentation for them for a new season, and then explaining to their designers how to interpret the new trends for their collection. And I always work from the broad background of trends that we have, but then translating it for a specific brand. And also we work for a lot of American brands, especially brands like Timberland, that we translate a collection to Europe. So we come in, look at their collection. It's a totally different market in the US and different taste, and then we translate their story for the European market.
Well, thank you very much, Mrs. Van Enter, for giving us that very interesting outlook into the future.
Thank you very much.